Hi, I'm Cari. I'm Repairs AmeriCorps.
Hi, I'm Faren. I'm also Repairs AmeriCorps.
Today we're going to be walking you through some common power tools that you'll see on site, whether you're volunteering with repairs or new construction.
Safety is the most important thing whenever you're using any tool, so whether it's a hammer or a saw, you should always be thinking of safety first. So we're going to start with the impact driver and the drill. So to start with some basic differences, the driver is much more compact and it's heavier than your drill. Also, we can go over some quick situations where you might use one of these versus the other. So the main place where you'll be using the impact driver is for fasteners and putting in screws. And the main place where you'll be using a drill is for drilling holes. So say if you want to drill a hole in some wood to put a bolt through it, that's when you would use a drill. Another big difference is that the impact driver has a chuck, so that you can just pull this out and the bit will pop right out, and then you can slide it back in. But because of that, you can only use this specific size with the impact driver. You can't have different size bits. Whereas for the drill, when you're taking out the bit, this part will get bigger and then you can slide it out, or to put it back in, you can tighten it back up. So that's helpful because you can use many different kinds of bits, so that way this can just tighten around it.
Something that's really important when you're using each of these power tools is first you want to make sure the battery is properly charged on each of these, and you always want to be wearing safety glasses whenever you're using either of these. And so the impact driver has a lot more torque than the drill does, so whenever you're drilling something in, you never want to push fully down on the trigger because you could lose control over the fastener that you're using or the screw that you're using. So you're always going to want to gradually pull the trigger. So you also always want to make sure, especially with the impact driver, that you're using the right bit. It's really easy to just change the bit out and use either a flathead or little stars or Phillips head screw, whatever you need, because if you use the wrong size bit, like if you use a T25 for a T20, it's not going to fit and it'll strip the screw really easily.
Now we're going to show you a quick demonstration of how to use both the drill and the driver. So I'll go first and show you how to pre-drill a hole. So this is the screw that we want to put in. So when you're picking your drill bit, you want to make sure that, if you can see here, the drill bit is a little bit smaller than the screw, because you don't want to be too big, because then when you put it in, it'll be loose and moving around. So this is about the size that you want. So I can go ahead and put the drill bit inside the drill. And then you want to make sure that it's really tight, so that way the bit is secure, because you don't want it falling out when you're drilling, so that's good. And then the drill also, and the driver as well, they have this little switch here that puts it in forward or in reverse. So obviously if you're drilling down, you want to make sure that it's in the forward motion, and you can check just by looking at the arrows. So I'll put that in forward. Another thing when you're drilling, you want to make sure that you're going in straight down, because if you go in at an angle, then when you put the screw in, it's also going to be at an angle. So you want to have it perpendicular and as straight as you can. And then when you pull the trigger, you can start kind of slowly to get it started, and then you can speed up if you want and just go straight down. And then when you're about at the depth that you want, you can come back out, and if you want to, you can put it in reverse, but you actually don't have to for the drill, so I'll just leave it in forward and it'll come right back out.
So when you're using the impact driver, you want to make sure that you have the right bit in. If you don't have it, you can change it. You just have to pull this forward, put the little bit in, and you want to have all of the driver bits are going to have a 1/4 inch hex, so that's how you know that you're using the right bit for the drill or the driver. The drill will pretty much take anything as long as you tighten it all the way, but it's really important to have the 1/4 inch hex for the driver. So you're going to pull that forward and just slide that in and just tug on that to make sure it's secure. And so now I'm going to take our screw and also make sure that it's perpendicular and straight. Slowly pull the trigger to get it started, and then I can speed up. And then want to make sure that you don't drill it in too far, because then the wood could split. But if I want to take it out, all I have to do is same thing with the drill. I just have to click this and it goes in reverse and I can take it out.
Thanks so much for watching, and we hope that you bring some of what you learned out to our volunteer sites.
And thank you for constantly supporting Habitat Seattle King County, and we're excited to see you out on site.